Hello and welcome back to my channel, Celebrity Royal News. This is Sasha and I today giving a reaction video that is for some recent information that came to light and being revealed on another YouTube channel, PDina. She is going to be talking about Harry and Meghan and what's going on in Hollywood and as it relates to the P Diddy case. And she's really just kind of speaking her mind, but at the same time, it feels like she's saying everything that's in the back of my mind. And I just want to highlight this message from PDina. If you haven't subscribed to her channel, you definitely want to go ahead and do that now, because she is really following a lot of the Harry and Meghan stuff, but doing deep dives with the now all the P Diddy allegations. She's been tracking that story as well and looking for any connections between what's going on. And she's just very well versed in all of the shenanigans, we should say, of the Megxit aftermath of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle leaving the royal family, and how it's affected the royal family, and all of the ensuing drama with the Oprah interview and the podcasts and the book deals and the release of Prince Harry's memoir Spare. She's followed it all throughout all of this, and is just always has what she calls royally teachable moments, and definitely this is tops high on the list of one of those royally teachable moments. So without further delay, let's get started.
We know the ego. So he was the cause of his own downfall by his own egotistical behavior. It's no different than Meghan Markle, because she's done the same thing. And it's coming for her too. You just watch, y'all. Y'all just watch, okay? All right. So the lawyer said,
talking about P
the
Diddy,
names will shock you. Oh, yeah, that's why ex-celebrity called, because they know they're a big-time celebrity, and they don't want their name out there because it will be shocking, very shocking. So the day will come when we will name the names of the other Sean Combs accomplices, and there's a lot of names, he says. There's a plethora.
from the attorney.
Crimes against young people. And this is one of the things that is happening now with a new allegation, because there is an allegation that Sean Puffy Combs has victimized a 9-year-old boy. The casting couch is real, folks. And I have been on that couch. And I have definitely experienced some of the things that are being alleged in this lawsuit, unfortunately. So, with that said, other alleged victims have already filed lawsuits against Combs that include allegations of sexual assault. We know that Puff Daddy, P Diddy, is one of the biggest names in the music industry, and there are a lot of other people that align themselves within the music industry that cross over into film and television. We have producers, we have hip-hop artists, people connected in Hollywood through the music industry and through hip-hop. And I think that you would be surprised to know the associations of some of these people.
Just want to stop right there, because to kind of take in what PDina just said, that she's experienced this type of behavior firsthand in Hollywood. She shared on other videos in the past how she was in the past involved in the Hollywood scene as an actress, trying to break into the industry. And of course, that involves going to auditions. And so what she's saying is very real. And you could see it definitely touches those emotional core of potential wounding that she's experienced, as well as the numerous over 120 victims of P Diddy as well that are coming to light. So prayers go out to all of the people that have suffered at the hands of these evil people.
Because if you watch a lot of the mainstream movies that we see nowadays, a lot of times it includes people from the gangster rap industry. So there's definitely been a crossover of genres of entertainment that tend to socialize together, party together. Okay. Now, this leads me into Meghan Markle and what is happening with her, because she is definitely scrambling right now because her network, everything about what she is doing is falling apart. And this has to do with the bullying allegations, because it's no different from what happened with Diddy when he decided that he called the bluff of Cassie. He opened up the floodgates. He made it much worse by not settling with her privately. And I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad it came open. But that was his downfall, when he allowed her to go in the open and talk about what he has done to her. And we've seen the videos, okay? So to Meghan Markle and her bullying allegations, when this came out against her in the royal family, what did the royals do? Well, they had an investigation. They ended up keeping that investigation closed, but nonetheless, there is an investigation that is closed. We understand that the bullying allegations against her are not good. We just know from what the people have said. We've seen it. It's been in the news. I've talked about it. But now it's come out again, now that Meghan and Harry are here in the States. The bullying allegations have resurfaced. Oh, surprise, surprise. You mean to tell me you acted the way you did in the royal family now here in America? Oh, okay. Well, shoot, you're a bully. You are a bully. That's what happened. And the problem that Meghan has now is that more people are coming out and saying, hey, hold up, wait a minute. She bullied me too. Did you hear the florist that worked with Meghan is coming out? The photographer that Meghan worked with, other employees that Meghan has worked with, they've come out and said she bullied me too. So your NDAs are not legal and binding because Meghan broke the law and how she treated you, the things she did to you. So these people could also be contemplating a lawsuit.
Let's just pause right there, because I've heard that before. I'm not an attorney, but I have heard that NDAs are not enforceable when it comes to illegal activity. And so I don't know if that's true. Anybody, feel free to comment if you know whether or not that is a fact. But she's repeating something I've heard from many other YouTube channels that do have often guest speakers that are attorneys who've come on to speak that have said, because it's such a mystery why nobody came forward all this time in the P Diddy case was because of these NDAs. But in the P Diddy case, it goes beyond just the NDAs, because he was an active, powerful mogul controlling, a large chunk of the industry until he was put in jail. And then that's when people felt comfortable enough to come forward with the allegations. So what she's talking about with the Tony Busby press conference about the Busby Law Firm and the ABA Law Group taking on 120 different cases so far, which they pulled from over 3,000 potential victims that came forward and contacted them, that they already sifted through and vetted or turned down because they didn't feel the evidence was strong enough. Not to say that they didn't believe the victims, but they didn't have enough physical evidence that would be provable in a court. So what PDina is equating now is these people that are coming forward in regards to Harry and Meghan with potential bullying allegations, or alleged bullying allegations, I should say, are now feeling more comfortable to do so because the floodgates are open because of these articles and because it's now becoming more accepted in Hollywood that what the personality is, and therefore gives, because what I'm learning as I listen to a lot of these victim advocates that are speaking in P Diddy, which is a very educational, it is a teachable moment. It's very educational. You learn that the mindset of many victims is not to come forward. And so be out of the fear and intimidation and outright threats that P Diddy gave. But in case of Harry and Meghan, obviously being highly influential people as well in the public sphere until now. And so I would just, again, compassion to the victims. Let's send prayers, whether it was a victim of P Diddy or potential bullying in the workplace, or casting couch, or, think of all the smaller bit players in Hollywood, that not the P Diddys. I mean, if that's just the accepted culture, then, it wasn't just P Diddy doing it, and the culture is what has to change. And so these type of videos are bringing awareness, making more people aware, not to discount the victims and to call everything a conspiracy theory when these things are actually happening. Let's continue.
Why? Because Meghan tried to rebut it with that Us Weekly article, which says she's guilty. Girl, you should have just shut your mouth. But no, she tried to take up for herself with those ridiculous ways of saying how nice she is that we know came from Meghan, just because of how ridiculous it sounded, because that's what she does. She says ridiculousness. So here's where it gets a little too close for comfort. Meghan is thought to be keen to remain close to Beyonce, who has previously sent her messages of support. We all know about what they said about Beyonce, the encouraging words that she gave Meghan during the Netflix documentary. Yes, so there is a relationship there. Sources said that with practically every other famous friend distancing themselves from Meghan and Harry, Meghan is understandably worried that her Hollywood network is falling apart. And Beyonce is well known for the few stars who will still associate with Meghan. She feels she needs to support Beyonce to save her Sussex brand. Meghan believes this is a way to save herself, but this is where I believe she's gone wrong. Now, there are allegations that Jay-Z is heavily connected to P Diddy, heavily. And what would that do for Beyonce? Well, we know Beyonce's name is going to be caught up in a lot of this as well. Whether or not she's seen things or is accomplice anything is another story. But what I'm trying to show you here is the connection. And it also, there are allegations out there that Beyonce is trying to distance herself even from Jay-Z, her husband, like they're living apart, like they're going to be divorcing. And they...
Like Ben and Jennifer. Same story. It's all PR strategy.
Know that they've been caught up in a big scandal when it comes to P Diddy, because Jay-Z and P Diddy are very, very close associates. Okay. So there's this insider that has added that Meghan is really going forward in her efforts and is trying to get friendly with the singer's younger sister, Solange, because Solange is also well-known, not well-known as Beyonce, but she is Beyonce's sister. So Meghan is trying to get close to Solange. I don't know that, keeping your relationship with Beyonce and trying to save your brand is going to be helpful, considering that Beyonce's husband now is going to be caught up in all this stuff with P Diddy. It's just a losing battle. Like, how do you try to find this connection to help your brand when you're caught up in these association lawsuits, which are not going to fare well for you? Okay, now, not just Jay-Z, but also Ellen DeGeneres. Most recently, she has a new comedy special out called Ellen DeGeneres For Your Approval. And it really is highlighting how she is trying to play the victim once again to all the things that were said about her and being a bully and not being a nice person. She was known for trying to make it look like she was be kind. But the reality is, she's not a very kind person, so much so that people, when it came out, then they hit the floodgates, and look what happened to Ellen DeGeneres.
So that concludes the commentary I wanted to share with you from Pedina, and definitely go subscribe to her channel. You'll hear more information. Hopefully you found this content interesting and would like to hear more. If so, please like and subscribe to the channel if you would, so we can keep it coming. Thank you so much.